Hey everyone, I figured it's time to get things started. We've waited long enough. I think I've waited long enough. Oh, that music's loud. I'm sorry about that. We blew all your eardrums out. Just so you all know, Brickotomy is trying hard to get his internet fixed. He's been having some problems moving into his new abode, and I can imagine that is the case. Thankfully, when I moved into my house that I'm in, I had the internet down pretty well, pretty quickly. So, but I know, if you're moving to a completely different area, it's a little bit different. And so, let's hope still quieter. I can make it still quieter. Let's hope that he gets those figured out soon, so then he can join us even today, potentially. Because, I like to keep the regular podcast crew on the roll, but this can open opportunities for maybe some new faces to show up in chat. So I know there's a couple of you. Hit me up on Discord if you would like to join in Brickotomy's stead. I would love to have you all get some new faces in here to hop around. After all, this is, I'd want to do a proper intro. This is the CPA-fol podcast. And I don't think I ever explained the name and what that actually means. But for those of you in the LEGO space, you already know that. Well, you already know what an AFOL is, right? I shouldn't have to explain what an AFOL is. I would hope so that I wouldn't have to explain that. Maybe. I might have to. But I figured, I'm a CPA. If you don't know what that means, I'm a certified public accountant, which means I deal a lot with numbers. I deal a lot with people. You might think that accountants don't deal with people a lot, but I do, in fact, deal with a lot of people, for better or for worse. Sometimes worse. But, yes, and as Brickotomy mentioned in chat, I do have my hair in a very... the main reason I'm wearing a hat is because I do have my hair in a very weird array today. I don't normally do, but I did today because I'm prepping for a video that's hopefully going to come out this week if I can nail down a couple of things. Most specifically, I want to be able to nail down my acting skills, as my acting skills, I really have no idea how that's going to go. But I'm going to try to adhere to an alter ego in a way for this video. I might talk about it a little later. We might get a little tease as to what it's about. But for those of us in the chat, for those of you all in the chat, I know we've got the bot, Mr. Stream Elements bot. We've got Mrs. CPA. We've got Brickotomy. Sound off if you are in chat. I know there's a couple other people out there. And as always, don't forget to like. You gotta like the content here, am I right? If you're hanging out with us today, I need to add the now music can go up. Oh, I did take it a bit too down. Let's do 35 decibels. But if you're in chat, go ahead and drop a like on the stream. Sound off if you're new here. I know I'm still trying to figure out the best time to do this, as sometimes the time really does make a difference, and I do want to figure out a good time. And we're not talking about the LEGO Insiders today. We already talked about that a couple weeks ago. I gotta change the title. I gotta get on top of this stuff. Oh, as always, I did want to bring up again, right on the bottom of the screen, we do have our most recent public subscribers. Thank you so much to all of you who are new public subscribers. We've got Bygone Bricks in the chat. Thank you so much for joining and sounding off. And I imagine you were that like that just dropped. Thank you so much. I got this fancy new thing that I can do. I want to show you all what I'm capable of. 3 days ago, we had Andrew Starr subscribe to the channel. A couple days ago, 4 days ago, we had Tesla Money Man. Let's get him popping up here. He might pop up twice. We also had Cherokee Rice. Subscribe. It's got to catch up. It's got to catch up. Cherokee Rice. There's Cherokee Rice. We also had Lakeisha Glover. And they'll show up eventually. Demetrius Rivera. And they're scrolling across the bottom. We got the Big Brick, Silver Bastion, Gabby Moon. Was that Swanky Pants? Oh, we got Swanky Pants. I hope Swanky Pants joins the chat. How great would that be? The Big Brick. It's just a great time. It's a great time, everyone in the chat. Thank you so much for joining. Let me know if you're a new face here. Drop some love. Drop a like. As you all know the role. You all know that just that little bit helps. As you can imagine, it helps a lot. We're so close to the 1,000. Let me check it again. Let me check what the latest number is. I think it's 986. We're still at 986. 14 more subscribers. You know what would be really cool? If we could hit 1,000 on this stream. And I'm not going to be looking at the number a whole lot. So someone in chat is going to have to be checking that. I would be very surprised, just factually speaking, I'd be very surprised if we hit 1,000 today. But hey, you never know. You never know who could show up in chat, who could subscribe. That being said, we've got a couple stuff on the docket today. I'm going to try my best to hold my ground without Bricotomy here to help talk a little bit, just because I'm going to have to be drinking a lot of water. Going to have to stay extra hydrated. I'm not used to holding down the whole stream by myself, which is fine. We'll handle it. We'll hold on tight. We'll make it work, as I like to do. So usually I'm only used to talking for like 20 minutes at a time for any of my videos. But don't worry. We'll get this. Okay, so September 1st. September 1st dropped. it's like September 1st is a Lego set. We had September 1st drop today. No, but for real, we had September 1st come and go yesterday. A bunch of Lego sets dropped. We're not going to go through all those Lego sets. And honestly, we might not even go through any. But what I do want to go through is something that if you've been on the Instagram, you know I was not happy about, to say the least, with the CMF Marvel Series 2 released. Some people were finding them early. I unfortunately did not find them early. I was very disappointed, very sad to not have those drop early in my location. And I even went to four different Target stores across my region. Literally, I was driving somewhere and it took about 3 hours to get there. And every hour I stopped at a Target because I heard there was Target there. There were the CMF figures at Target. Sure enough, there were none. As unfortunate as there were no CMF figures. However, Mary gave you a little sneak peek at the hair. How cringy it is right now. However, yesterday, and even at the Walmart in my area, I was at the Walmart in my area. I probably went there like 6 times. And even the Thursday, the day before they were supposed to drop, I was at Walmart and it said they were potentially in stock. I actually asked the person, which normally I do not like to talk to store clerks, store associates, but I talked to one and they mentioned that they were supposed to be in stock, which they were not, which was very much a big sad moment for me because, it's the day before. They have them in the back. What are the chances that it's the one time? What are the chances it's the one time where they don't actually drop in store the day before? It's my luck, honestly. It's pretty much just my luck. But I did not quit. I never gave in. I never surrendered. And yesterday, on Friday, I grabbed a couple. Couple CMF, and by a couple, I mean a lot. Let me see if I can hold up these boxes for you today. You could say I picked up a couple. And let me tell you, I thought I had the mode, the operation nailed down to where I was going to get the one that I wanted to get. And I was not going to get insane duplicates, triplicates, quadruplicates. And I was wrong. In my first go at it, I think I did record it. However, I will not be releasing, at least I'm not planning to release that video because it's bad. I wanted the opening experience to be recorded. Because you never know, like, you might make content out of it. I thought I was going to have that as part of the review, just the unboxing process. And I was getting so frustrated. I don't know if any of you out there in chat world right now, any of you out there get the Marvel CMF2? Please let me know if you picked any up, because I certainly want to know what luck did you have? Were any of you able to pick up and get a different, I don't know, like a different ratio of figs than what I got? Because let me tell you, I opened one storm, then I opened 2 storms, and then I opened 3 storms, and then guess what? Yup, you guessed it, I opened 4 storms, which was really, really unfortunate. But sometimes, you know what they say, that's how the world works, and the world was not working in my favor, which was very unfortunate, to say the least. Okay. But I was teasing on my Instagram that I figured out a way. To get whichever figure you wanted. And honestly, I don't think I'm ever going to share that information unless I know you. Just because I don't want... I feel like I'm already letting on too much. Letting on way too much. So, take that for what it is. But, like I said, I will be having a review, and it's going to be an unconventional review. I have it in my mind. I have the thought process in my mind, and it could work out. But let's see if I can pick up. I have all the figs on my little spinny stand. Let's see if I can show it to the camera without dropping any. Look at all those. I don't think it's gonna. It's not. Do I have? There's no way I have auto. Yeah, I have autofocus turned on. It should be able to focus right on that. But yeah. So I got all 12. My favorite has to be Moon Knight, I have to say. Moon Knight has to be my favorite. And then I like Hawkeye. Hawkeye's hairpiece is fantastic. But that's what we're working with this time around. Man, chat is quiet right now. Supposedly there's 6 of you here. I know 2 of you. Bygone Bix might still be in the chat. So let's see what we're talking about. Oof. Bricotomy with a live update. Florida storms are no joke, people. No doubt that might be the reason for his outage, for his removal from this week's episode of the CPA-fol podcast. Which is no doubt, we're going to suffer. We're going to suffer, which is why I need a willing participant to hop in and take Bricotomy's place. Is anyone out there willing to take up the call? Mrs. CPA says, oh yeah, you're down there just in time for those storms. Yeah, it's... Sometimes being in the region that I'm in the Midwest. Sometimes being in that region can be a bore. But sometimes you get consistency. You know what you're getting, which is always a blessing. So it's always great to see that. Okay, so see, that's the thing. We were gonna talk about the September 1st wave, which I did mention near the beginning. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna open up the Lego store. And we're gonna look at some of the September 1st wave. And we're gonna take some analysis from the investment point of view. I want to give you guys a little tease, not a tease, maybe a little instruction manual, a little guide, investment guide for the September 1st wave. As always, this is not professional investment advice. This is merely just, we're just chatting. We're just talking. So we got to get this window capture up. There we go. Here we go. Where are you at? No, not the whole screen. We don't need that on the whole screen. Okay. Let's get going. So this one, if I had money in my pocket right now, if I didn't have any major expenses coming up soon, which fortunately I do, this one, and I'm not even a big Harry Potter fan. I think anyone that knows me knows I just, nothing against it. Nothing at all. I have nothing against Harry Potter. I watched the first Harry Potter movie a couple days ago. Yeah, a couple months ago, actually. It's really been that long. That's crazy. But I wasn't floored by it. I wasn't completely intrigued by it. I'd probably watch the next one just because I know it was a smash hit. But I wasn't like begging for more. As unfortunate as that is, I wasn't begging for more. But with this set, it's really hard to say too much negative. Now, I think the big question is, did consumers want this big? Could you have cut the price tag in half and given people a set that was more affordable, yet still had the basics in a way? And I think that's essentially what it boils down to with this set. And I'm not going to say I'm not allowed to have any opinions. But I will say, if I was a Harry Potter fan, I probably would be a little mad. I mean, it does give it really good display ability, obviously. It does give it good display ability. And yeah, High Council nailed it. That's a lot of money. We've got a lot of money. 430 smackers. That's gonna chew into anyone's budget. Anyone's Lego budget. You can get a lot for $430, let me tell you that. Now, from an investment perspective, I think this one will certainly last the test of time. How could it not? Gringotts Wizarding Bank Collector's Edition, and so it's obviously a win. I don't think anyone's really going to slam a ton of these into their cart yet. And I would hope that any bit of Lego's wave increases have been completed and there's no more of them, because that is a pretty big thing. Certainly, we could potentially expect that there would be a lot of changes, potentially changes would be coming down the line, but I don't really know. High Council says that's your large UCS for the year, about the same as Hogwarts UCS. Well, are you saying for? Because certainly for Star Wars, we have the Venator coming down the line. which is certainly going to be the big Star Wars UCS set, of course. We had the X-Wing earlier this year. It'll be interesting to see how I think the X-Wing is honestly already out of everyone's mind. I haven't even thought about the X-Wing in a really long time, for better or for worse. But does Harry Potter? I don't really know what the UCS schedule is like for Harry Potter. So who knows? Who knows? I certainly don't. Okay. Let's clean this up a little bit. New. Uh-oh. No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll fix it. Don't worry. There we go. So the Gringotts, it's let's see what High Count says. As a consumer, if you buy that overall, and the Venator, yeah, the Venator. See, I feel like I've got some controversial takes on the Venator, just because, in my mind, it's not a day one buy for me. As sad as that may sound, it's just not. And I know that really doesn't make sense. But that's a conversation for another day. I don't think we could get lost in a very deep rabbit hole if we're talking about Venator today. Once again, I do not want an X-Wing just to get one this decade. Or you do want an X-Wing just to get one this decade. Certainly, yes. I can understand that sentiment. But, hey. Hang on 1 second. 1 second. Let's get this back up. But yeah, no, Gringotts certainly is. I mean, it's a winning set. I just think cut that in half. Cut that in half and just give us the bank. I think people just wanted, honestly, a bigger bank, a more complete bank. It doesn't. It's a little smaller than maybe one would want. The back is wide open. It would have been nice to have it 360-degree display where you could take a side off of it, potentially. But, I mean, the investors, they're going to love this one. Uh-oh. Bygone is taking us back into the Venator talk. Back into the Venator talk. We've got another live update from Bicotomy. We're hoping for 20 minutes. We're gonna hold the ship down for 20 minutes, and we're hoping he can pop back up. Bygone, we're gonna save that thought for a future episode, so make sure you stick around for a future episode. High Council says absolutely not. Venator is not a day one purchase. We are not paying full price on the Venator. Do we also know the gift with purchase? I do not think we know the gift with purchase. However, I'm sure it's going to be very, I mean, for lack of a better term, it's probably not going to be that great. I was going to say garbage, but I figured that was a little harsh. But regardless, yeah, it's just not going to be that good. Okay. What else? Ooh. Yes. Yes. I reviewed this one. All right, gave it my first look. And let me tell you. This is a nice one. This is a great one. But once again, let's think with our investors' hat. This one is certainly not a day one buy. Because those prices, that price is just too much. Too much. High Council says those mini dioramas like Baru's Kitchen should be standard gift with purchase. Versus what we normally get, 100%. 100% something like a mini, a mini, I don't even, would you call that a diorama or like a slice of life? Which, I mean, potato, potato, it's all the same thing. But, because a diorama is what I think of when like we're looking at here. But that's kind of like a slice of life set. Slice of life display piece. Which is what I think is what we got going on here. Let's check back in. The likes are outnumbering the concurrent viewers. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Okay, Hogwarts. Closer comparison to, yeah, Luke's Dark Trooper set. So it's, yeah, Luke's Dark Trooper was kind of a, honestly, it was kind of a diorama, wasn't it? But it's slice of life. Yes, Luke's slice of life is slicing up droids. So can't really blame him there. Cannot blame him one bit. How about these Hogwarts Castle? We're talking about it a little bit. It's beautiful. It's like I already said, it's just way too expensive. It needs to be cheaper. Obviously, you all know that's the name of the game. Wait for it to be cheaper. So this will go on sale eventually. Honestly, it sounds like Costco. Costco is slapping out some sales already. I know I saw someone saw a T6 shuttle at Costco for $15 off. So what, it's normally, is the T6 is $80? So $65 for a T6, slap on tax, that's what, like $70? Honestly, $60 retail for the T6. Woo, that'll be tough to say no to, let me tell you. Plus, I need to get that Ahsoka minifig. High Council loves this diorama at 120. And this is a big one. Let's go to that lifestyle photo. Whoa. Oh. What's that? What's that? I think we may have a new challenger approaching. We may have a new challenger approaching after I fix my audio. Dun, 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 dun. What's that you say? Waiting, waiting. Pardon the interruption, pardon the intrusion. We're gonna have some bricotomy might be showing up. Gonna have to fix this on the fly. In the meantime, though, while he, hopefully the internet's up. 1 second, guys, 1 second. That's weird that it's not, the output isn't working. Let's see. 1 second. 1 second, everybody. You know what? Let's go back to here while we wait. As we're looking at this photo, this is, like I said, this is one of my favorite types of photos because you can really see what you're dealing with. You can really see what the guy sees. And how big it is, because that's really important. It's important to know how big the set is. And of course they always, you know, they always put the set way too close to the person. Which, you know, is unfortunate. It's unfortunate that's how it works. But, I mean, it's a good size set. Oh, I think I called the wrong person. Let's see. Let's see if I called. Let me switch it up. Let me switch it up. Let's try that. I think it was 14 inches. This set that we're looking at here is 14 inches wide, and it's about 10 inches tall. So take that for what you will. Okay, I can see you. I can hear you now. Let me let it turn the volume up. I want it. Okay, let me crop you in here. Let's try this. All right, you will have to look. I've adjusted a little bit. I've made you a little circle, which you'll be able to see popping up on the stream real soon. Yeah. Drop a talk for a sec. Oh, they can't hear you. Let me fix that real quick. Now they can. Give it a whirl. Let's give it a test drive. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear? I can hear you just fine.
Perfect. I think we're live. We are back on the game. Little speed bump. Nothing wrong with the little speed bump.
Yes. Yes, little speed bump, but definitely on my end. So apologies. Apologies for the technical difficulties that have since been resolved.
To never plague us again. Ever. I hope. Okay, let's move this one down. Oops. I love fixing stuff on the fly. So I will move you. Let's move you over here. So we were just talking about Hogwarts.
I was gonna say, what did I miss? Where did we land here?
You missed a little bit of Hogwarts, both Hogwarts, actually. Well, no, just one Hogwarts. Because one of them is the my mind is going blank. One of them is the, what's the big one that?
Diorama.
Yeah,
right?
the diorama. And then
Oh, okay. So when you say Gringotts Bank,
Gringotts, that's the word I couldn't place in my own brain.
It's okay. It's okay. And now that we're on to words that we couldn't remember, last week we were trying to think of the word that described that greenhouse structure from, what was it, the cross station?
Yes.
Was that was last week we were discussing that, right?
We kept saying I kept saying terrarium.
It came to me in the middle of the night. I woke up in a cold sweat. I think it's atrium. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's atrium.
I have to Google that.
Is that correct?
That sounds right. I'll see you in the atrium. Let's meet in the atrium.
Yeah. Blah. Not to get too far off track, but I had to throw that in there.
I mean,
that's, like I said, it just came to me.
That's an atrium. For those that want to see a blurry photo I'm trying to show.
I know everyone was on the edge of their seats trying to wait for the knowledge that was dropped for that.
So I think that is what it's called, but I don't think we called it that in college.
Well, we definitely should have, because I believe that's the correct term.
I would agree. No, I would definitely agree. It is
But yes,
called an atrium.
Gringotts is what you were looking for.
Is that on your list of things to buy? We're talking about September 1, so we're trying not to get ahead to the village, the Viking village, the Venator.
Okay, so we're on a Harry Potter roll for the next couple minutes then.
Mm-hmm. That is correct.
No, Gringotts isn't on my list. It's a great set. I don't personally have it on my list for future buys. I only have one Harry Potter set at the moment, other than actually I have this. Can you see this? This gift with purchase I got.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I forget what I bought to get this, but it was one of those things where you spend like $100 in the store or something, and they toss us in the bag. Yeah, it's the Book of Monsters, and came with the little Draco Malfoy. But other than that, the only other Harry Potter set I have, it's in the box. It's the Hogwarts Express. But the only other Harry Potter set I currently have on my radar to buy is the, what's it called? The Harry Potter Icons, I believe it's called. It's got the owl, the glasses, the acceptance letter.
Yep. And that one's like two.
I think it's called the Icon set. Yeah.
I think it's 200 even. Let's see. I can look it up.
Harry Potter Icons.
Oh, it's 3 smackers. Woo!
That's why I don't have it yet.
Woo, that is a little spicy. Yeah, that's
But you gotta admit, it looks good.
It does, and like the Hedwig, I call him Hedwig, but Hedwig, he looks good.
Mr. Hedwig.
Mr. Hedwig, looks good. So why is Gringotts not on your radar because of the price point? Is that what's deterring you?
That, and honestly, I don't know if I was to buy it, I would leave it in the box. I don't know if I want to build this one.
I can respect.
I don't know where I would put it. It's the big thing. Like, there's nothing like displeasing about it to the eye or anything. I don't know where I would put it. So it's like, if I'm gonna spend that money, I would probably buy something else.
Is so? What would you compare Gringotts to in the, let's say, the Star Wars world? Would you say like the Cantina?
My headphone's disconnecting.
I'll give you a second to get back on the shtick. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
There we go.
So I was just asking, what would you compare Gringotts to? I was thinking maybe like the Cantina.
Which Cantina set?
The Mos Eisley Cantina. Is that like comparable?
Yeah, the most recent one. I think there's more than one, right?
Yeah, there are some smaller ones, but as far as I'm going like UCS, not even sets though, just like the Gringotts location in the Harry Potter world. What would you compare that to in like Star Wars? As far as
I see.
Hierarchy.
Mos Eisley pretty, yeah. It could be Mos Eisley. Let me think for a second. I think there's something else I could compare it to. So we've got there's a lot of depth to it. It's not just the upper structure. You've got the entire below.
Yep.
The whole cavern's below. So there's more to it than just like the Cantina is. I think.
Because even so, that's something I brought up at the beginning of the stream is if they just gave us the top portion and not the underside, do you think there would have been any? Why don't we get the caverns and the railway? Or would people not really have given it a second thought, do you think?
I would have been, I don't know if I would have thought like that. I would have been like, oh, Gringotts Bank, that's a cool set. I could put it in, someone could put it in, their whatever little village they're trying to create. and if they were collecting any of the others, it sits on top of that thing, and it makes it a little more difficult to envision it displayed with everything else of the series, right? If you get what I'm saying.
Kind of. So
if it had hit the shelf and it was just the top part,
yeah.
I don't think anyone would stop and scratch their chin.
Yeah.
You know it. So I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is no. I don't think I would have personally paused and been like, well, where's the mines? You know.
Which this is the golden. I don't know what we want to call it. Like the golden. The silver bullet, I'll say, because we've got. People talk about price point all the time, and rightfully so. We talk about price point, but more importantly, like, how does Lego come up with these price points? And to my knowledge, it's essentially I don't know I don't necessarily know who's driving it, but the process is someone, whether it's finance, accounting, whoever, maybe sales could be driving this. They say, all right, in 2023, we need a $430 Harry Potter set that we're going to release on September 1st.
Interesting.
So
what you're saying is they had to flesh it out to meet that point.
Correct. So they scratched their chins and said, how are we going to hit a $430 Harry Potter set? Which is interesting that, and what does it take? I think it takes 3 years on average for a Lego set to go from here's what you're going to make to September 1st. Yeah.
Concept to creation. Yeah.
So we can assume in September of 2020 or early 2021, they were making this set.
I see.
Which is interesting that they would price it that aggressively, because is this not the most expensive Harry Potter set?
You might want to fact check me on the price of the actual Hogwarts castle. I don't know off the top of my
that one
head.
might be $480, but I mean, Hogwarts castle, that's the bread and butter.
Yeah.
So that kind of warrants it. Whereas
that's their proverbial Star Destroyer that they could probably revamp every 10 years.
All right, we're soaring from high to low. We're doing it the easy way. Okay, that's right. I forgot that they had so many high price points. We've got Hogwarts Express for $500, Hogwarts Castle for $470, Diagon Alley for $450, Gringotts Wizarding Bank for $430. What's that lineup kind of saying to you?
Those are pretty high. I forgot that the Hogwarts Express was $500. That's not the one I have, by the way. I don't have that one. I have a smaller one that comes with like 3 minifigures and like half the state, like just like one little portion of the station.
Yeah.
I forget the set number.
5,000 pieces. That's man, $500. I forgot that one was that expensive as well. It just
there is some super fans out there though. Like for every Star Wars fan that's going to spend $700 on the Star Destroyer, there's a Harry Potter fan that's going to spend it on this.
That's fair. That is certainly fair. And then we've got the Hogwarts Castle. Yeah, like you said, that's like the Star Destroyer or what's it called? Razor Crest UCS. I mean, name your $500 UCS set.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then of course the Diagon Alley, which you don't have, do you?
No, I don't.
And that's, I mean, $450. Basically $100 a building. $110 a building.
Once, I will say, not that this is inherent to the Harry Potter sets at all. Once you start getting above the $200 mark, I start getting real picky.
I agree. I agree.
I start getting real scrutinous with like minifigure piece, how many pieces, and whatnot.
And
But
I
there,
mean,
there's some.
rightfully so, because I mean that's your hard-earned money. That's
Yeah.
whatever percent, depending on who you are, whatever percent of your check, and that's part of a car payment. That's once again, depending on where you live, that's like 10% of your monthly rent or mortgage or name it. So
Yeah. So once you start getting above a certain point, people start. It's no longer a novelty at that point. It's like, okay, now I'm investing in something, and I want to make sure that investment is worth what I'm putting into it.
hmm And even so, you say investment, and I know what you mean, and I'm just going to clarify that too. Like, investment isn't necessarily, yeah, I'm going to invest in this set to sell it later. It's like you're investing
Right.
for the experience, for the enjoyment, just the
Right.
pure
Yeah.
collecting aspect.
Yeah.
Like, it's
There's multiple boxes you can check there.
yeah.
Like you said, you just keep naming them off.
Yeah.
Like, one is, you could be a potential person who's gonna stick this on a shelf for 10 years and sell it later. But more importantly, like to satisfy your collection itch, to display, the having fun building it. You want all those things to equal the money that you take out of your wallet. So, once you start getting up in these high prices, what I'm trying to say is, like, only the really dedicated people to Harry Potter and like the diehard collectors are the ones spending $500 on the Hogwarts Express.
It's very true. And so here's another interesting thing we can talk about. With these sets that have dropped on September 1st, I heard from various people on Instagram and online more Lego stores themselves, and this isn't retailers, what blah blah blah. Lego stores themselves received more. What's the Gringotts Bank than the Ghost. So they're getting like 18, which, okay, now that I say it out loud, I guess it kind of makes sense, because Lego knows Gringotts is direct to consumer. They're not going through the retailers. So they have to bring more. Because
Plus,
you can get a Ghost can you get a Ghost is Amazon.
well, it's not just that you can't get it anywhere. Like, if I have a Harry Potter set that I don't know what their markup on this, but they're making several $100s off of, right? And the best time to sell it is the first week of September, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're gonna want to hopefully really push it, and hopefully get as many of those out the door as you can, as opposed to the Ghosts, who can potentially sell throughout the whole run of Ahsoka and beyond, right?
True. Yeah, and once again, I think Ghost is an Amazon exclusive. The T6 is pretty much everywhere. I saw I could pull up the picture, but it's the in Costco, a whole pallet of T6s for $15 off on release day. 15.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure it's only going to go up. Eventually, it's going to be $20 off, and it's going to be $25 off at Costco, depending on how long it's sitting there. So it's, whew.
I'll have to keep an eye on that. My weekend trips to Costco, I'm being like, where's that pallet?
Do you so you have a Costco membership?
I do. And the closest Costco to me is a business center. So it's where the difference between a regular Costco and a Costco business center is they cater more towards like restaurants, and
Okay.
like you buy things in like bigger bulk pallet quantities there.
So
Otherwise,
you
it's
have to buy a
pretty
whole
much the same.
pallet of T6s.
Yep, I'm gonna have to seek for the whole pallet.
Open your own retail store, or you just stand outside of the Lego store for all the people that didn't get their T6s.
Yeah, you're right.
and Ghosts.
Sell it for just
That'd be
above what I bought it for, but still lower than
Make a little
than
money, but
MSRP.
then make people happy. Yeah, even just like $5-7 cheaper instead of $79.99. Make it like 60, no, 74.99 or 73.29.
I'll do that if you agree to be there and stream it. Just like see how fast I get arrested or banned from the Lego store for life.
And how to get banned from potential LAN, how to get permabanned from LAN is basically how that's going to go as well.
Yeah.
Okay, but so we talked about we got the castle. No, let's go back to the castling grounds.
Another thing about
go ahead.
Green Gods, actually, real quick, is they might be, because the ride at Universal, right, is the whole thing. You know, you go through the bank, down into and the ride is actually down in the mine, like where that cart is. That's the ride, and the whole waiting in line is in Green Gods Bank, above ground area. So you know, it could be. They could stick this like at the end of the line at Universal, this set, and everyone who just got off the ride would be like, "Oh, here's the set from the ride I just took, and it looks just like the ride."
So you can.
They could be thinking like that along those grounds as well, but that might be a bit of a stretch. But there's something that I was thinking.
Carry it all around Universal.
Yeah, and get robbed.
Oh my goodness, that'd be funny. So how about this, the Castle and Grounds diorama, which it's a pretty good size, I will say. I saw,
I like that.
All the LAN people reviewing it early. It's big.
I would certainly buy that before I bought the big one.
I'd buy this one on sale. So let's say High Council Studios was saying earlier 120 would look real nice.
Okay.
Which granted, that's that's a pretty deep discount, 120. But hey, I would get on board. I'm trying
to think what it would take for this set to drop to 120. That's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some quick math. I'm not good on the mental math, so let's do some quick math. So it's 170. That's $50 off. That's 30% discount. I mean, that's not.
I mean, that's save up all your Lego points.
That's retirement day discounts is what that is. Now these sets I think are going to be at Target. It might be a Target exclusive. That would not surprise me. And I think that would be the way to go. Get that Target exclusive.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, still, whatever price it is, 170.
Yeah, 170 is not bad. I mean, I would put this on my. If I got this, I'd build it. This wouldn't be the one I kept because I think it would look pretty good on display, just on my desk.
Maybe like a double VIP type of weekend purchase.
Yeah.
I do really like the tiling of the water. Looks so good. So good. All right.
And it looks like this set is from the Order of the Phoenix.
Because you've got the chariot in the sky, you get the ship coming in.
Yep.
That means nothing to me.
But
it means something.
I'm pretty sure this is the Order of the Phoenix.
There you go. You're out of my depth
Just
already.
A couple little details they threw in there.
Well, and they even have stuff from the first one. So they've got...
Do they? Okay, so maybe they threw a little bit of everything in there.
The chess set. The chess fighting scene. The serpent.
Okay.
Something, or I don't know which one that is.
I did. That's the second one. That's the Chamber of Secrets.
Let's see. I'm clicking through some Star Wars. Gotta scroll through. What if we do themes? That's a product type, not a theme.
Yeah, apologies as I'm still getting a little caught up from being a little late here. Is there a certain thing you were Is this all you're just talking new releases?
September 1.
From
Yep.
the-
September 1 release.
September 1.
Just new
Gotcha.
stuff that might be hot out there, or just new stuff that just came out.
Gotcha.
A lot of these Star Wars ones we've.
Did you happen to see that Star Wars Christmas?
We might
What was it
look
called?
at that out. Look on that for the first time. I have not personally looked at it yet. So let's do Coruscant Guard gunship. We can pretty much breeze by this one. Is this one on your radar at all?
Which one?
Coruscant Guard gunship.
Undecided.
Honestly, for me, it's got to be below $100. As unfortunate as that is, I think that's just where I'm at with it. For better or for worse. I don't know. But once it drops on a deep discount, I'll consider it, because those clone troopers and that Palpatine would be really nice to have. Kind of same with this, the E-Wing and Shin Hati's Starfighter. I don't think it's worth $100, personally. I mean, someone can disagree with me, most certainly, but I just don't see it being worth $100. I don't know if you've thought twice about this one at all.
Oh, Shin Hati's Starfighter?
Yeah.
I would probably buy this one, actually. Because I really like that Starfighter a lot.
Is it one that you're gonna want like right away to make sure you don't miss it, or still kind of like at your leisure?
No. If I'm wandering through Target or Walmart and I see it on the shelf, and maybe it's a couple dollars off, or maybe if I'm just feeling like splurging a little bit that day,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like go out of my way to buy it, but I could see myself buying this for sure, because I really like Shin's fighter.
It is really unique. And that E-Wing, I believe that E-Wing is from... It was brought into canon from Legends. So I know a lot of fans are happy about that. I think it was...
Yeah, you're definitely the Legends expert over me, so I'm not familiar with it.
I am even so not really deep in the Legends. But I hear a thing or two just from watching random YouTube videos, so
right,
works out. But yeah, no, this is another one. I think this was more attuned to like $90 personally. Maybe if I saw the ships in person and really got an idea of their size, I could be persuaded. But they're saying each ship is worth $55. And I'd say more like 40. But
is Shin? Shin's a minifigure there, right?
Yep,
right?
She's in her ship in this photo.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes, you will get your hands on Shin. Don't you worry.
I was worried for a second. Whew.
She should have a cape. Her and Balin should both have capes.
Yeah.
So it's kind of unfortunate that they slicked out on that. For better or for worse.
You know what? Do you think that they should have thrown in a little extra? Obviously, this would have required maybe not making a new piece, but reproducing a piece, making those blades a little more orange.
Oh, most certainly. They certainly are not your classic red. I know some people, someone who apparently knew someone that worked for Lucasfilm in their VFX department said, oh yeah, they're gonna be red for the TV show. They just, in the trailer, they didn't color it correctly. And I believe they're the same in the final show. So I don't really know what that person was saying. Clearly they were wrong. To me, they look the exact same as they did in the trailer. So yeah, no, I would have loved to see orange.
Yeah, and the orange blades, just kind of, that would be a really cool detail that I'd be like, that's unique enough for me to really want that minifigure. And it would be a little more of a selling point, don't you think?
Yeah. little uniqueness, and I
Yeah.
have orange ones of those somewhere.
I don't think I don't have one that was a lightsaber. I think I have the piece from something else. I'm trying to place what it would have
Let me do a quick
been
look.
part of.
Just kidding. The ones I had were red. I know I have a bunch because I jokingly put one on Count Dooku's saber.
You don't remember where it came from though.
No, it's got to be in my extra parts bag. I'll have to find them later. But yeah, they would have, and I imagine they're pretty cheap on Bricklink or wherever you buy your parts.
Right. Yeah.
The more I look at this one, the T6 shuttle, the more I think it is a decent price for $80. I mean, once again, I know we're not hitting all these from an investment perspective, but I think this one is going to do really well, just because the T6 shuttle is, I mean, it's classic, classic Star Wars, classic Ahsoka, classic Rebels, whatever you want to call it. It's all the above. And that Ahsoka minifigure looks great. That, depending on who Marok is, it could have some sway. I think it already has a good chance of just being good regardless.
All you gotta do is buy this set, dude, and take the helmet off, and
it'll show you who he is.
yeah, they really didn't think this through, man.
Someone needs to put a face underneath it as a joke. I'm surprised I haven't seen that yet. That'd be funny if you take the helmet off and it's just like Emmett, like basic Lego Emmett. Well, like people already have this in hand, and like, do you know who's under the helmet?
I don't actually, but
it's a black.
It's just a black. It's just
head.
a black face.
Yeah.
So it's like the little Mando guys with just a black black head.
That's it.
Man, it would have been a funny joke if they stuck just a generic yellow Lego face under there.
Then Star Wars Lego fans would have complained because
man,
you could see it underneath the cowl. Oh, we got some people in chat that
crowd.
I listen. Fabu talking back to the Coruscant Guard gunship, saying they did Fox so dirty. Yeah, they did do Fox pretty dirty. It had a giant cannon on top over the cockpit in Legends. This one is better. Okay, so that would have been the E-Wing. Okay. Yeah, that would have looked kind of weird. It would have looked out of place to have a giant cannon over top of the E-Wing. I think that would have looked way out of place. That set is just not as good as a TIE Interceptor. Ooh, I don't remember which one he's talking about. Oh, probably the two ships fighting each other. Derek prefers the TIE Interceptor fighting the Fang Fighter? Question mark?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with. Morgan needs some dress print too. Lego refuses to do cloth in Star Wars sets. I mean, yeah, Fabu, you're right. They really do not like... I don't know why. All we can do is speculate. I mean, I'm sure it's just they want their margins. Any extra stuff they add into Lego sets is cutting into margins. It's, in my mind, that's just what it comes down to.
Yeah, that's the only really good explanation, which is why you're assuming you say cloth, you're talking about capes and stuff, right?
Correct. Capes and
which is what,
the commas.
Again, like you get him in a set like this because it was just essentially what do you call it? Not a grab bag. What's the word I'm looking for?
Battle pack.
Battle pack. Thank you. So the margin was probably easier to hit with a little set like this to throw the capes on, right?
Yeah, I agree. Fabu also says Dave Filoni himself said before the show came out he wanted them orange. Well, apparently that dude who thought he knew something or other did not. So, all right, yeah, we were right. Fang Fighter versus TIE Interceptor. Welcome, Brick by Brick, to the stream. Make sure you like, all of you that just joined, make sure you like the stream. We're stuck at 7. We need to change that. Someone needs to change that. So we've got the T6 here. You know what? I think the music is kind of slowing down the stream, so we're gonna cut the music for now. I think I'm probably the only one that could hear it, but that's okay. So the T6 shuttle.
I cannot hear any music, but that's okay.
T6 Jedi shuttle. We talked about this for a while. I think it's going to do well. Like we said, this one is already on sale at Costco for $15 off for anyone that has a Costco membership. I do not. The cockpit is way too small.
If you send me the money, I'll give you $1 off set.
Yes.
How about that?
I'm sold. I am sold. But yeah, no, with all these sets, and honestly, with this whole wave, the cockpits are just way too small. And I mean, I get it. Like, I think in their mind, for the playability of any of these sets, the Lego's just like, yeah, the kids only want one figure in there. They don't care about having two in there. So they kind of just leave it at that, which I guess, I guess.
Yeah, that cockpit is like, obviously you can't like get too into the details, but like that cockpit fit 4 people in the show.
I don't even want 4. I just want 2.
Right, and that's like just big enough for her.
And she has to, lean way back.
Yeah. So maybe in the UCS. Maybe in the UCS.
UCS T6, where you at? Yeah, so I mean, in my mind, 60, maybe $65 is a sweet spot for this set. That's where my money's at. Okay, Derek coming in with some great information. The trans orange blades aren't available everywhere. Haven't seen them on Bricklink except from European sellers. I think Tyler Life Bricks was selling them at one point though, and probably has sold out. I would probably tend to believe that as well. So I would probably believe that.
Especially now.
Yeah. No, but that's good to know. Thanks for that great information. Much appreciated. Oh, well, here you go. Even more up-to-date information. Fabu says Tyler had 200 plus before the Ahsoka show. And he's got a pretty great following over there. So I can imagine that out of his, almost 50,000 subscribers, yeah, 200 plus would have gone pretty darn quick.
Yeah.
Which I know for a fact that I have orange blades somewhere. I know it for a 100% fact. Where's Count Dooku?
Pop those onto Bricklink. Make a buck.
Let me see if Dooku still has his orange. Where's Dooku? I don't even know where Dooku is.
Was he a casualty of the basement move?
Well, this is a problem. I don't even know where Count Dooku is. And Yoda.
Possible casualty of the basement move there.
We have a problem. Code red. We've got a code red. Count Dooku is missing. The Dukes is missing. Uh-oh. Fabu says that he still sees them on Indie Brick Den, which is Tyler's Bricklink. Hopefully he pays me a commission for that. Just kidding. Okay, let's move on. We've beat the T6 into the ground a little bit. Just a little bit. The Ghost and Phantom 2. 160 buckaroonies.
What are your thoughts? You don't have the original Ghost, do you?
I do not have the original Ghost. I think the original Ghost was $80 or maybe 90.
Yeah.
Which is like,
yeah. Well, we kind of tipped feel like we kind of tipped our hand to them by like beating ourselves over the head for not getting it the first time. So I was like, oh, you want it? You want it now? 160.
But the figs in that first one, I think, are Sabine, Hera,
Pretty sure, definite. Yeah, Sabine,
probably
Hera,
Chopper,
Ezra.
but maybe Kanan as well. So it was a loaded crew. This one
Yeah.
we've got Rando dude number 1, Rando dude number 2, Hera, Jason with the wrong hair, which I don't know how they got that wrong, unless there's a plot point in the show where they have to recolor Jason's hair so they don't know who he is. That's kind of the only way that makes sense. Otherwise, it literally makes no sense because you can see Jason at the end of Rebels. They could literally
Yeah.
Google Jason Syndulla and know what he looks like. So in my mind, that's the only way
You
it would
think
be
you think it's a
similar.
strong possibility that this is not an oversight and it's just he's gonna end up having dark brown hair at some point? Is that what it is? Dark brown?
That would be the only way to make sense. Yeah, to have some kind of like he needs a color
Okay.
change to be incognito in the show. That in my
Okay.
mind, that's the only way it makes sense. Otherwise, they just drop the bag again, which
So do you plan on getting the ghost this time around?
I feel like eventually I have to get the ghost, for better or for worse. I have to have it because of what it is. But
Yeah.
the more I look
It's
at
just
it,
a shame.
the less I like it, which is kind of sad.
Well, stop looking. Turn away.
I know, right? Derek says
It's a
ghost.
it's a
Go ahead.
it's a shame it doesn't have the original Rebels crew, the whole Rebels crew. Obviously, because it's not the same one. But
Yeah.
I'm still
Der-
kicking myself for not getting it the first time around.
Derek said, and this one is better, but the ghost, I don't. So some people are saying they like the Phantom 2 better here. Maybe I just haven't seen the first one that much, but I mean, obviously this one is smaller, and the other one could fit onto this one, I think. But maybe they just like the size comparison
Mm,
better. I like this old one or this new one. The dude, even Jason has to sit like once again. The cockpit's too small.
yeah.
Derek says Ghost is worth every penny, but I'm waiting until that Prime Day sale next year. So, yeah, I can see that coming, and they're probably going to sell out right away. I have such a massive backlog. I am in no rush, and I do not blame you. Fabu says I built the Ghost today. Lots of stickers, but a good set. I think I heard that was the case where there's a ton of stickers, which the older I get,
Interesting.
the less I mind. How do you feel
Hmm.
about stickers?
Well, I welcome them. It's a extra little thing to do that takes you out of the monotony. Like,
That's
oh,
true.
sticker time.
That's actually a good point. I never thought about it that way. But this set is definitely better than the old one. I think the old one was only 1,000 pieces, and this one is almost 400 pieces more. I think it's 300 pieces more. So maybe it was like 1,100 or just under 1,100. But yeah, no, I'm gonna have to wait for a sale on this one. Maybe closer to $100 would be my sweet spot.
Yeah, as long as my only yeah, you're correct. I don't plan on buying it right away. I'm keeping a close eye on the retire date this time around because it's not letting it happen again.
I can't imagine this one retires until 2025. That would be my guess. That's where my money lies. So I think we've got plenty of time on this one. That's my guess. And I know the actual date is out there, but that's just what my gut says without fishing for it right now, right this second.
I'm sure someone will pop it in the chat here any second.
Yeah. Oh, Fabu. I generally don't mind them, but it was 2 sticker sheets and on the windshield pieces. I hate stickers on
Really?
the windshield.
That's that's not that's kind of that's pretty abnormal, I feel like.
The UCS Slave 1 had stickers on the windshield or on the windshield piece, the big canopy. and I think I
Yeah,
messed it up and had to like
I
halfway
was,
peel it off.
I was just about to ask, have you ever messed up a
Oh,
sticker placement?
oh yeah, 100%.
I
Uh,
found that the best method is, are you familiar with X-Acto knives?
yep.
Yeah, the best method is to stick it on
Mm-hmm.
the tip of the X-Acto blade and apply it that way,
Yep. I
my opinion.
generally use the brick separator since it's already on hand. You just like use it the same way. You just kind of put it on the tip, and then you can kind of
Yep.
hold
Yep.
hold the thing like this, and just hold the piece and go. Or using a pin, but yeah, it's all the same principle. Just use the smallest surface you have to get as close to the Lego piece without actually putting it down.
Yep.
And then even I don't know if you do this, but if it's a long square piece where you want to center it as much as possible, I will put the sticker on the brick separator and place it upside down, so the non-sticky part on the piece to kind of square it up. So I know, like, all right, if I'm going to put it in this corner, you obviously don't want to be you don't want to be completely to the edge. You want to be off the edge a little bit, but you don't want to be
Okay.
so off the edge that where you're flapping on the other side.
Yeah.
So I'll
I see
put
what
it
you're saying.
upside down so I know, like, all right, this is the spacing I need when I start the sticky end. So I mean it's kind of, maybe thinking a little too hard, but I don't know.
I
I
just
like
pull it
getting
off
it right.
the sheet, slap it on, perfect every time. Never messed one up.
I usually just kind of wrap it, like I spiral it around my Lego pieces.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like my spiral bound Lego pieces. I can't really see the I mean, apparently, I guess in these shots they've done a pretty good job of hiding the stickers because I really don't see too many. I mean, it's okay. The Phantom has a ton of stickers, obviously, but I mean, it's the Phantom, so I'm not too concerned about that. But stickers have definitely gotten better. Do you remember back in the day when you could rip stickers very easily?
Rip them as in
Like they would
tear the
literally
actual sticker like a sheet of
tear.
paper?
Correct.
I don't actually. Don't
So I'm
recall that.
thinking like mid to early 2000s, maybe into the tens, where you put a sticker down, you mess it up a little bit, so you have to peel it back up, and if you stuck more than half on it and you had to tear it up, unless you were really careful and you weren't
Oh,
if you weren't
yeah,
applying
and it,
the same pressure on each side,
yeah,
the weak side would just tear.
yeah. And I remember it would, in some cases, it would be like, when you're removing like a sticker off a product or a barcode off a product, and it like leaves half of it behind.
That
GameStop,
usually
I'm looking
never
at you.
happened to right on the middle. It's like that. Thankfully,
Yeah.
that never happened too much, but definitely the former of, especially if it was a sticker that had a corner or a curve where you had that weak spot in the corner. Whew,
Okay,
it was the
I can't
worst.
say I had that happen to me too many times, but I did experience, not the same topic really, but I did experience a
Yeah,
lot of uh, brown brick gate, which I think is still a thing.
just snapping.
The the brown bricks degrading pretty fairly quickly and breaking. Yeah,
Yeah.
that happened to me several times.
I have I think my biggest brown brick source is the what's it called? The Jabba's barge. And I haven't really tried to take it apart that much, and I'm just letting it sit there because I don't think it's worth trying
Right.
to
Yeah.
take it apart to clean it or whatever, cuz it's not going to end well. It's just Joe says, I do, and stickers would sometimes be set across multiple pieces. Thankfully, they don't do that anymore. I think he was talking about how he remembers back in the early days
Hmm.
when you pull the piece up and it would tear. And I don't, do you remember when they would set stickers across multiple pieces?
Yeah.
Do you remember an
Fort
example?
Legorado. Fort
Uh,
Legorado. is a good one, and the sheriff's office is a good one because the sign would actually be on a hinged piece that could fold up and down, and the sticker was right across the seam, and it would just fold, and eventually it would like crease. And I remember thinking as a kid, like, this is a bad design. Like, why is it
That's really
why
funny.
is it doing this?
As a kid telling these Lego yahoos, "What are you doing? What are you
Little
doing?"
did I know, I had like one of the most valuable sets I could ever want, and it's gone now. Gone.
What happened to it?
I couldn't tell you. That was back in the 90s, and my mom didn't make me be responsible. The sets is probably strewn across 5 different houses and properties, backyards.
No. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. All right, we're saving the best. Well, the best September 1st set for last. You know which one it is? You know which one it is?
Mm,
I know you know. You're about to
give
see
me a
it
hint.
in 2 seconds if you have the stream up.
I do have the stream up, but it's like 10 seconds behind.
3, 2, 1. Now? Is it up now? It might be
I'll
behind.
give you. The stream is like a good. Oh no! Forgot about. It was so bad I blocked it out of my memory.
Oh yeah, Derek's got a sticker comment. They need 1 sticker on Gringotts. Because yeah, we didn't bring that up. Do you remember? You know what he's talking about?
1 sticker on Green Guts.
1 sticker to rule them all? No. Let me hide the screen so I can just go straight to it. Give me 1 second while you rack your brain. Hogwarts, Gringotts. Bum, 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 bum. Come on, pull up. Man, I need a better computer. This thing is slogging.
Did you put that on the old registry?
I should have, but I
Oh,
did
too bad, too
not.
late. I
It's
already
too
took a look. It wasn't there. You're not getting it.
suck. So, can you see it? You might be a little behind on the stream, unless I forgot to make it. Oh, did I forget to make it low latency? No, it's ultra low latency. It's all good. So just if you just skim forward a little
So
bit, it might show up.
Green Guts is there. Okay, you're zooming in on the Green Guts little logo there. Green Guts Bank.
So do you see how bad that looks?
What is with the spacing
Yeah.
between the 2 T's?
So it's a 2x4 rounded slope brick. 2 of them reversed, butted up to each other, and the TS is the space. How would you have solved that problem? Here, I'll even.
Those are 2 separate stickers?
Correct. You're in the hot
I guess
seat.
you could always cut.
You're the
I
intern.
guess you could all.
How are you gonna
Oh,
fix
I
that?
was saying, okay. I see. As them, not as me, the consumer.
Correct. As Lego, how are you gonna fix this?
Just make 1 sticker, and
To go across 2
make
bricks?
it go. Uh, hang on. Well, can you move my little head there? Okay. I would just do a different piece then, right?
You'd make a
Do
new
like one of those
piece.
art. Make. I mean, not necessarily. What about one of those smooth arch pieces? Couldn't we do it that way somehow? What's with?
So then
Why
I
does it
don't
need
know
to
if
be
they have a 2 by what it would be a 2x6 arch piece. I think they only have a 1x4 or a 1x6.
anything? Anything. Do anything, man. Like, this looks bad.
No, it looks awful. It looks horrible.
Because now, as the consumer, I would have to. I couldn't let this slide. I'd have to shift over where I'd place the sticker to make it wrong in order to make it look right. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And so you would, as the consumer, artificially be making it work and having it cross. You'd be having it cross anyways,
Yeah.
essentially, to make it
Because
work.
this is just.
Yeah, no, it looks horrible. It really does look bad.
Or just here, how about this? Let's say you can't make a new piece, right? You're stuck with the structure is stuck the way it is, right? Why couldn't they make the font smaller so that the words fit on each brick separately and then just shift over the word bank a little to the left?
Yeah, I think that would work.
Because having a smaller font that covers less surface area looks better than having the bigger font that is split up into 3 separate words.
But then, I mean, yeah, that would look weird for sure, just because then it would be smaller, and I'm sure the sign itself is, covering that whole area in reality.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like personally, I would bite the bullet and just have one sticker cross the whole thing.
I mean, the obvious thing to do is to contact Universal
Yes, I see
and
where you're going.
have them go through and edit all the movies so that that there's a space, and then they're golden.
Yeah, I think Lego should be the one to really derive those changes
Yeah,
and push those
and
changes.
then yeah, because otherwise their set would be
Inaccurate.
under scrutiny by the Lego CPA.
It's me. I'm running the ship
Yeah.
here. Come on, Lego. What are you doing? Yeah, I think they should have made a piece. They should have made a specialty piece somehow.
Yeah, I could just see it now. The conversation. Oh, no one's gonna notice. They're not that
It's like
picky.
right on the
No one's gonna
front.
look. No one's gonna see.
They had to have known. They had. There's no way they didn't know that. They just
Yeah.
they were ready for it. Maybe no. Maybe this is misdirection, and there's really some huge flaw out there, and we're not seeing it because we're looking at Gringot TS Bank. How about that? How about them
Yeah.
apples?
Yeah.
That's where my head's at. But real quick, actually, I just noticed. Look at the siding on the building. Like those slats are gapped, and there's little tan pieces beneath that, which that looks really good. I
Yeah.
didn't notice that before.
That does look good. I like that. One final jab on the sign. What if if I was Lego, what I would do is I would, in the render and on the box and on the instructions, I would make it look correct, like how it, and then I would just gaslight everyone and say it was a skill issue. Like, oh, you guys just suck at placing stickers.
That's what they did with the 212 troopers. You know that whole controversy?
No.
So in the ATTE with the orange 212 troopers, the
They
point
actually.
the point
Okay.
on the instructions and everywhere is like perfectly lined up to the brow. Whereas in reality,
Okay.
the point is like chopped off by the brow.
So they deliberately edited the render to make
Yes.
it look perfect.
Yes. And in
Oh, I bet you they got
2014,
reamed for that.
oh no, they certainly have gotten reamed. In 2014, they did it properly with the old helmets, but doing it now with the new helmets, apparently they have issues, which I'm sure
Gotcha.
they didn't want to. I mean, a lot of money to fix. A
Yeah.
lot of money to fix. So,
Oof. Yeah, you don't want to be in that position where it looks like you're being sloppy.
and they are being very sloppy. So,
Yes.
okay, Chewbacca.
Yes,
Chewbacca is back.
back to Chewy.
Man, I cannot wait for this to go on like 40% discount.
Yeah, I don't want to like pick on this set too much. I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't think I would buy it. But I'm sure that a lot of people out there
Their
think this
Facebook
looks
demographic loved this set.
beautiful. Did it really? Did they really?
They were all like tagging people, and everyone was saying, "Can't wait to get this one. Wow, I need this one," or "So and so, you need this one."
Okay.
But I mean,
Well,
that's just
maybe
Facebook, pretty
maybe my
much.
taste is just a A little too
fine.
a little too fine.
Yeah, no, it's certainly
They could have sold it to me by putting the metal around his neck. But he never
that he never got yet. He only
that he
got
never
when
got.
he died.
Yeah.
When Han
Yeah.
died, it was the only time he got it. Rip. Rip. It's all the eyes, man. That's where the problem lies. The problem lies
It's
in
the
the
whole
eyes.
it's the whole head,
Oh,
honestly.
you're telling me that's not going to keep you up at night?
Yeah, that's definitely keeping me up at night. What they need to do is they need to take the head, right? Same exact design, same, like, just blow it up a little bit and make it a bust. So that this could sit in larger scale on someone's nightstand.
And give them tears when they look over at it.
You can put it in your kid's room and say that he's watching. You
The
better
boogeyman
behave.
is watching you. He's going to get you if you don't go to sleep.
Yeah, those eyes, dude.
And yeah, just the whole thing. Like, I don't know why. I really don't know why.
Yeah,
I guess that's the question. They were too busy thinking about if they could. They didn't stop to think
they
about
didn't.
if they
Yeah,
should. And they
yes, with
shouldn't.
great power comes a great responsibility not to release these ideas. And
I'm trying to figure out if his knees are. I mean, there's no way his knees are posable, but they just look more bent in this picture. But I'm sure I'm just tripping.
no, they do look a little bent. He looks like he's in the
Yeah, I have
middle
no
of
idea.
collapsing slightly.
Oh my goodness. All right, enough of that. Enough of
Yeah,
that.
I don't want to beat it down too hard. I just want to have a little laugh.
So we've got Millennium Falcon Holiday Diorama for $30, and I think $30 is a good price. Very rarely do we get one minifigure for $10. So every $10 you get a minifigure. And honestly, this one is more than that because you get you get BB-8 as well.
Well, this set I would buy just off the fact of how so unique. Holiday diorama, and I get a copy of the sacred text back there too,
Oh
right?
shoot, I didn't even know, and that might be printed because they
I mean, if
just
I get
did
a
that.
magnifying glass and a microscope, I could probably learn the ways, right?
And it's the inside of the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Like it's for $30. How many pieces? We're not. I mean, I know price per piece, yada yada yada. Okay, it's 282 pieces, so it's reasonable. It'll be on sale at some point for 20 or 22 or 25. Oh darn, that's a sticker. That is 100% a sticker. I can see
What are you pointing at?
the text. I can see the
Oh, it's okay.
which is a
Oh well.
shame because we just got well, okay. I know it's not the same, but we just got Agatha Harkness from the Marvel 2 CMF, which I know it's not going to focus, but
Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah,
it's printed on there.
that's it's an old sticker.
That was printed on Harkness on Agatha, but yeah, it's a sticker in here. But we need to figure out if though I doubt those sweaters are unique to this set. Someone in chat will definitely be able to help us out, but I very much doubt. I doubt that these are unique to this set.
Were they in any of the calendar?
That's what I'm leaning towards. Let me do a little Lego Star
Or what were they called?
Wars
The Advent calendars, yeah.
Advents. I'm trying not to use my computer to search because I don't want to tax it anymore. Mini
That
figures.
sweater that Ray is wearing, the green sweater.
Yep.
I have in real life. I have pretty much the exact same sweater Design is
Really?
strikingly similar, except for it's a stormtrooper helmet in the center and not the Falcon. But it looks eerily similar.
That's
That
interesting.
I got it for an ugly Christmas sweater thing
Mm-hmm.
a while back.
From one of
But
those websites or something.
my secret is I don't think it's ugly. I wear it all the time.
As you should. So I don't think it's. I think they are unique printings. They are very similar to what they've done in the past. So, for instance, and of course,
Okay.
it's not going to zoom, but you've got that 3PO. So it's the same pattern ish. Basically, they're taking an existing pattern, throwing a new logo in the middle. But I mean, it is unique. So, yeah. And you see something else that's a little unique in this shot we're looking at here? You see anything unique
On the phone you're holding up, or in the
in the shot with Ray and Finn?
uh I see the
Here, I'll give you.
lightsaber. I see, is that a porg that's cooking there?
That is a giant porg. Oh, you can't see it because I'm not. Okay, how about now? Oh, it won't pop. Okay. The hilt is black.
Oh, okay. The black hilt. I see that now. I see that now.
I feel well. Okay, I feel like no. I take it back. I was about to think that we were getting something spicy, but we've gotten black hilts before with rifle modification add-ons to like the
Yeah.
stormtrooper and or.
Mhm.
But I don't think we've gotten one as a lightsaber hilt yet. Like as in intended
Interesting.
to be used as a lightsaber hilt, to my knowledge. We've gotten Sidious's, which was gold. We've gotten the
Mhm.
various chromes. So I don't know. So yeah, we
Gotten
get
the special light up ones that were.
yes. But yeah, no, I think. Do you know if there's another? There has that chicken or turkey has to be from something else. Like, there's no way that mold is new for this.
Oh, I've 100% seen
Okay.
that turkey chicken somewhere else.
Okay.
But what is it in the Star Wars universe?
Yeah, it's a good question. One of my questions are, they're calling this a diorama. What do we usually know about diorama sets that look a little bit different than this? Just to pick this thing apart.
They typically have a base,
Mm-hmm.
a display base, which this one just seems to be lacking.
Correct. That's exactly where I was going with it. They took that out for some reason, but they're still calling it a diorama.
Can we
I
go back to that side view real quick?
the last photo
Yeah, where Finn's like up in the window.
in the a little bunk bed or something.
Okay. I thought I was noticing something there for a second.
I do like that little bunk bed build, and you can have the lightsabers clipped underneath. It's nifty.
Yeah, for a second I thought they had a second saber, but I realized they just stored them both there.
Yeah. And then I like the string of lights across the top. That's fun. I think well, there really isn't a good way to light it up, because I was gonna say the light kit people are probably gonna have a field day with this one.
That's me. I'm one of the light kit peoples.
But they'll have to just totally modify that string and probably entirely replace it, if I'm being honest.
Oh, yes, because
There's
I wish
no
I could.
you can't fit it through. There's no hole in that clip.
I'll give you an example real quick.
Yeah.
As the struggles we sometimes face. So, do you see this? This is the TARDIS,
Yep.
right?
Hold it a
These
little more
cables,
central. Yeah. Okay, I see it.
they're very difficult to hide, and especially around the center of this. And
Oh yeah.
some of the, depending on who produces the light kit, you can't really hide them. So you'd have to, at the very least, wrap it around the string of lights, and it'd be very obvious to see.
Mm-hmm.
So
Which is kind of what I'm thinking is you pretty much, I feel like you'd want to just take that whole string out and entirely replace it.
Yeah, you'd
I
have
feel
to.
like that's the only way to do it. Except, or you
Not to
could
mention,
use the cone lights and put that with put an LED
yeah,
light inside of that. So you have some light
yeah,
replace.
I like the stud lights better because the diodes are really easy to hide in them.
Mm, that's
But
true. I feel as if for this one though, you could just put some lights, I don't know, behind the whole set, and so they're peering through the open
yeah,
gaps. I feel like that might be the way to
yeah,
do it.
I'll just find a way to incorporate this into my little manger scene because we all know that Chewbacca was there. He showed up with the wise men.
Obviously, he was probably carrying that turkey leg or whatever
Yeah.
Star Wars bird that is. And so, have you seen the Life Day Lego movie? It was a hit movie from like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
No, I don't think I have.
It wasn't that good, but I feel like that was kind of inspired from this, unless they're going for something that's coming out later. Maybe this is a tease for some additional sequel content. Would you be all about that? You can give a one-word answer.
Negative.
Negative Ghost Rider. Derek coming in with the facts again. Harry Potter 2019 and Guardians Advent 22 had the turkey. Friends Apartment
Mm-hmm.
and the Lunar New Year add-on pack had it too.
Wait, a friend's
Yeah,
apartment?
I couldn't imagine it was new, but I was just curious.
I, I might have that piece still packed up because I don't see it in my friend's apartment at the moment. But that makes sense. I seem to remember it being a part of the set, but I just don't see it at the moment. It's hiding with Count Dooku's blade.
Mm. I think that's it with a new. Oh no, that's right. That was just Star Wars. But there's really none come to mind for me that are new for September 1st. I think those were the biggies. Any Disney? There were some Disney sets. You want to look through any Disney sets? There's only 4.
What Disney? What Disney sets? We can give him a quick look.
The tribute camera, which is
Oh
already
yeah,
on back order.
yeah,
Wow.
the tribute camera. I saw that last week when we were scrolling through.
Actually, I want to figure out which sets are on back order already. Like, I want to see if any Star Wars sets are on back order, because on the September 1st release window was a release window where Lego site went. It didn't go down per se, but you went into a queue if you were trying to.
Have you ever been in the queue?
I have been in the queue.
You have? What set were you in the queue for?
R2D2 2022.
Nice.
I was in the queue, and I think
I
the Republic gunship.
Nice. I've only been in the queue one time. One time.
You remember which set?
Yeah, it was for the Shuttle Columbia I have behind me.
Oh yeah. So I don't back order. Wow. Okay. It's the only set on back order currently. That's fascinating to me. Wow. I mean, that's the thing about Disney sets for Lego. They bring in a whole new demographic of people,
Mm.
which I mean is very evidently seen by this camera here. So is this on your list?
I don't.
I don't think so.
I haven't purchased a Disney set yet.
Oh. So you haven't purchased Star Wars or Marvel?
Oh, you know what I mean. I like they had what was it? They had Steamboat Willie
Yeah.
and all those in the Disney Castle. I mean, they have a whole line of, but as far as Disney's sets that are geared towards adults, I haven't seen one that was like, oh, I want that.
Yeah, that's fair. Certainly fair. I mean, this one is going to be a huge investment piece. It's got a Mickey and a Minnie, a new mold for Bambi, a Dumbo, and a Walt Disney fig. So, I mean, it's $100 now. I doubt it'll even. I don't. It will not go on sale on the Lego website, is my guess. And I mean, it's gonna be when it retires. I have a feeling it's gonna retire relatively quickly because it is a Disney 100 set. I could be wrong, but actually, I should be able to confirm that really quickly. Hold your horses, or estimated confirmation. Camera. Where you at, boy? Okay, so the T6 shuttle is supposed to retire end of 24. The Republic
So
Gunship
I got a
end of
year.
24. The Phantom and Ghost end of 24. Okay, the Walt Disney tribute camera is not supposed to retire until 25. That actually really surprises me, according to this information. That very much so surprises me.
Are you planning on getting this?
If it's on sale, I mean, by 2025, I could see this definitely going on sale. Not on Lego, on wherever it's available, whether it's probably Amazon. But I mean, if it's on sale, I'll get it for potential investment or just overall value purposes, but not really for the personal collection to build. I don't think it doesn't hold very much sentimental value for me. So that's kind of where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
I think that does it for, as far as I'm concerned. That's all the September 1st sets that I want to look at. So I think at this point, have you got any sets this week? Did you grab anything this week?
This week, but pending.
Oh,
We'll have
pending?
some sets show soon.
This week is still here. There's still time.
You're right. Let me put this on pause real quick. I'm gonna run down to the store and I'll be back.
Hey, you're right there. You're right there.
I'm right there. Legoland is just around the corner.
So I did show the folks at the beginning of the stream that I purchased a handful of, can't really call them sets. Call them boxes though. A handful of, and you'll be a little delayed. A handful of sets.
You Marvel. Yeah,
Marvel. I feel like the Marvel. It looks a lot more than it is, and there's still more that are sealed, which is great. But I feel this looks way more than it is. I think there's not 20 here. I think there's 20 here. 20 boxes that I've opened. And I teased it at the beginning where yes, I did figure out a way to successfully determine which figures were on the inside. However, I do not think I'm going to publicly divulge my method for fear of flogging.
He has X-ray vision.
I will not publicly divulge my method, the method to my madness, but it does certainly work. It brings results.
But you will say that it did not damage or otherwise devalue the sets in any way.
I will say that it does not ruin the experience for the end consumer.
That's all that matters.
I left the boxes in a way.
Then the magician shall keep his secrets.
Here, I'll pull one up for example. So this is one that I know what it is. This one is Agatha Harkness. So if you saw this on the shelf, would you scoff and be like, how dare someone violate this box? As you eventually see it.
Depends. Am I on my way to violate the same box?
Depending on your methods, you might. I had a short that I posted today that I thought it was a long short, so maybe that's why that the algo didn't want it. But it was like 40 seconds or something. Oh, it looks like we got a subscriber. We're on now to 987. But
what do they win?
they win nothing. They win the satisfaction of maybe being on the stream. That's all they get. But I thought that short was going to do really well. Unfortunately, the algo hasn't grabbed it yet. It's only got like 380 views, which is very bad for a short. But I have my, as I chuck them on the ground. When I got the Series 1 Marvel, I grabbed one of the boxes. So I have a box of the Series 1, which I enjoyed, grabbing that one. So then I put the other boxes in there. I think that works. I think that fits. So you mentioned that you said, please, I think you said something along the lines of please hold for future purchases. Do you have something in the queue?
I do. Oh, you know what? I completely forgot. I got Luke's Turbo Lift set and a mini TIE Fighter that I found on sale.
Turbo Lift. Oh yeah. Wait, Luke's Turbo Lift.
Well, a Turbo Lift might not be the right word, but a little elevator, his little Dark Trooper attack scene.
Oh, Dark Trooper attack. Yes. Turbo Lift. Yeah, that's actually good. Yeah, that makes sense.
I completely forgot and picked those up on sale.
Now, were those you gonna keep those in box, or are you gonna open those?
I honestly haven't decided because, like I said, there was kind of more of an impulse.
Mm-hmm.
I think more of an impulse buy. It's like, oh, I see these on sale. I'll grab these. But I haven't decided yet. But as far as planned purchases, I am very soon. I will have in my hands the Concorde Airbus.
Oof. So did you already?
And let me tell you,
go on.
That thing is massive.
Did you see it in person?
Oh, I've seen videos. I've seen videos of this thing. Have you seen pictures of this built?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's big.
It's gonna be hard to say no to. I feel like I'm gonna have to succumb at some point. I have $45 worth of VIP points that have been sitting there for a while. I feel like I need to spend.
Yeah.
That would bring that one down to $155 plus tax, so like $160-ish.
I mean, at this point, it's basically free.
That's not, yeah, I mean, ooh, that is a beautiful set.
Yeah. It's the first one in quite some time where they've gotten me on just the announcement. The only other sets I've immediately slapped the money on the table for, as soon as they announced, was the Shuttle Columbia, Pirates of Barracuda, Saturn V, and Concorde Airbus.
For me, yeah, it was like R2-D2. I guess I did grab the AT-AT Walker right away. And then Republic Gunship was another one. Pretty much all the UCS sets that I knew I wanted right away, and that had a really good gift with purchase I bought. So, and of course all these CMF minifigs, because I know they're not gonna those never drop in price ever. So there's no sense in waiting.
I'd be happy to give a little snippet once I have it in hand.
I'll have to get rid of this circle border that I have you on. It's not going to fit in there. It's gonna be a little too
Yeah.
large for that.
We'll paint. It'll
Yeah,
be like in the New Hope when it just the ship the Star
flies
Destroyer just
over.
keeps coming. I'll just fly the Concorde. It'll be like it'll just go on forever and ever and ever.
So actually, how are you gonna display that one? Because it's big. I was thinking maybe you could put it vertically on the wall.
I've been deliberately avoiding that conundrum because I know I,
It's
I
not gonna
don't
fit
know.
behind
I
you,
don't.
and that's a fact.
I have no answer for that question. I'm just ignoring the fact that I have nowhere to stick it.
Even me, I don't even know where I would put it. I mean, it
Because
has its own stand, but
looking behind you, like it would take up all the way from R2D2 past the Star Destroyer. That whole shelf would just be
because
taken up.
it's 4 feet, no, 3.5 feet.
That and it displays at an upwards angle, like it's taking off. And so it takes up, like if you were to do like a square, like like not square footage is like the wrong word to use here, I feel like, but you get what I'm saying. Like a square, like an
Yeah,
area that's taking up, it takes up a footprint. The footprint it takes up
yeah.
is pretty crazy.
I'm just running around looking for my tape measure. I was looking for this morning. Let's see. Let's see if I put it over on my couch. Nope, no dice. I was gonna get my tape measure and see if I could hold it out and see how far it was spanning. Would span that area. Where did I put it? Every time I need it, I never have it, and I have no idea why. It's probably
I think
upstairs.
it's probably on your nightstand.
I have no idea. Anyways, so we talked about let's feature buys. I mean, yeah, that Concorde jet is sick.
Yeah. Yeah, so the Concorde jet, the Viking Village,
Mm-hmm.
El Dorado,
So the
the list
Venator
goes on.
Venator is kind of an obvious choice. However, I don't know how I feel about the Venator and if I really need it or want it like right away. And I think I don't. Partially because I have the Imperial Star Destroyer, but I don't know.
Now, the Lego Venator isn't officially announced, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, it's not officially revealed, but it is. Yeah, it's obviously it is very much coming.
I would So would the size of it, like if it, let's just say it's the size of like the Republic gunship behind you and not the size of the Star Destroyer, would that affect your
Because it's the
decision?
same price as the Imperial Star Destroyer. Yeah, it definitely would. I would expect it
I
to be
mean,
the same size as the ISD.
to be completely honest with you, I would probably buy the Venator before the Star Destroyer because I think it looks so much cooler.
Yeah, I can get behind
And
that.
that might be a controversial opinion, but I think the Venator would be the better display in my opinion.
Yeah, because it has that color. I would say it's definitely not as iconic, just because it really isn't in that much Star Wars.
No,
But
correct.
but no,
But
I think it does look better, and I think yeah, partially if I did not have the Imperial Star Destroyer, and let's say I missed it, I would
mhm.
definitely be, I would definitely buy the Venator hands down. But I don't
Or the Republic.
for the Republic. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that. What else is coming? I don't know that we really know. All I know is 2024. Just from what I've heard, there's a lot. There's a lot coming between January and April next year. There's going to be a
Yeah,
lot, which I think is going to
I'm
be
gonna
good.
have to. I'm gonna have to get a second and third job. Just man,
I I may finally have to cash in some of my sets hanging up here on the shelf. I may have to finally put
yeah.
them to use, which I really don't want to do just because I like having them on there. But I don't want to get rid of any of you. Like a really good one to fund would be the Luke Skywalker lightsaber. That would be a really good
Yeah.
one to fund, like $150 plus.
Yep.
But I don't want to. I just don't want to.
You shouldn't, and you shouldn't have to. We shouldn't live in a world where you have to get rid, thin down your. That's all we ask.
I want my kids to grow up in a place where they don't have to worry about how they're gonna pay for their next Lego.
They don't have to sell off their sets like some dime store.
Yeah, it really is. It's the truth. It's the truth. Well, if you don't have, we just crossed over 2 hours, and that's kind of, I feel like that's the sweet spot where I like to sit. So
Yeah.
I think we're gonna call it.
Yeah.
If no
And
one in the
again,
chat, go ahead.
I apologize for the difficulties at the beginning. I hope I didn't leave you too out there with the wolves.
Ooh, the crowd was rough. They were ringing me up and down, but I think we made it, and all's well that ends well. So I'm glad that the internet was
Yes.
able to get figured out.
Yes. Next
So-
time, rain or shine, hurricane or
Literally,
hurricane or flood.
yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we'll see you all in the chat next week, similar time. Maybe we'll find a sweet spot time. I think this time works for us, but we'll see if we need to adjust accordingly. Got some. I'm hoping if I can really work hard this week, I might have a little bit of a funny video, a funny review to release this week is what I'm hoping for. Fingers crossed. Mainly if I can get the motivation. But how about you? Do you know when your video is gonna drop on your channel?
I am working on something unique, and unfortunately, it is time consuming. I can go ahead and say this: the format of my videos are not going to be your typical every other day. The way I like to approach things is more of I would like to make a quality product.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever that quality product is done, is when the next one will be out.
Nice.
So it'll be more of a treat when they release, and it'll be a little more far and few between. But I'd rather have the vision I want be what the vision I want rather than focusing on, which is I know is not the format a lot.
Oh, it's just disconnected. Okay, I think we're back.
Well, they
I think my internet just had a little bit of a hiccup. There we go. We're back.
You follow the churn and burn, and that's the way it is these days. That's I'd say 90% of video makers are just making. You got to make the content to keep the subscribers happy.
Yeah.
But
and even what during the churn and burn, I just like to have the little things right. Like my content is what the content is, but the sound quality, like I use a microphone. I'm not like using my phone mic. So the sound quality is, above average. I've got a 4K webcam or a 1080p 60 frames. So, like the picture quality looks good. We got the green screen. So, just the little stuff. I like to make the little stuff good. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're not like me. You didn't hire LucasArts to come in here and Industrial Light and Magic to do your production.
Unfortunately, they were below my budget, so I didn't really want to. I didn't want to go down there. I thought I'd maybe make my own thing. So that's where we're at.
Yeah. But yeah, where I'm at is I don't want to set the bar. The vision I have for my channel is the vision I have for my channel, and I don't want to set the bar as from the right out of the gate as to be misread. I want it to be what it is. So
absolutely,
it's going to be a production exactly the way I want it.
No, I'm looking forward to it. Do you have a potential timetable by the end of the year, maybe, or beginning of next?
Oh, I would certainly hope so. I would certainly hope so.
Hey, yeah. Life happens sometimes. You never know.
Life happens sometimes.
Yeah. Well, this was episode 6 of the CPA-fol podcast. Thank you, everyone in chat, for joining. Those in chat that were more vocal: Derek, Fabu, a little bit of It's Just Joe, of course, moderator, Mrs. CPA. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining. Anyone, any silent viewers out there, you as well, thank you so much for stopping by. It's always appreciated, your time and attention. Hope to see you all in the videos this week, or you'll see me. I won't see any of you. That would be kind of weird. But you'll see me, and you'll see us next week on next week's episode of the CPA-fol podcast. Signing off.